Boxing King Media in association with Boxro. Dean Whyte. Dean, it's nice to have a bit of a quick catch up with you. Quick mention on your show. You've got a show on June the 10th coming up. Just tell us a little bit about the card, who's going to be main eventing, and any particular fights to look out for.
Do you know what? I'm not sure on the main event. We haven't picked that. I think James Hawley was meant to, but I think we've moved him unofficially to June the 25th, Maidstone. But I'll look at the card. But we've got a packed card. We've got, at the minute, we're a month out. We had a lot of pullouts, but we managed to replace them quite fortunately. But we've got 12 on, I think, on June the 10th. Let's see if it holds, because in boxing, when they're getting done, there's always medicals. There's so much issues trying to find all 12 opponents in terms of the journeyman for them. But I mean, we're going to have a good, solid, cracking card, man. Some good fights, you know. I think Alfie's back. Alfie's doing his first 8-rounder, I believe. So that's going to be a good fight. I think we've got the rematch with Ziggy McCauley and Robbie Chapman. That's going to be a good fight still, because those two got that rivalry still. You know what I mean? So that's going to be a decent little dust up. Who else we got on there? Off the head right now, I can't remember. But we've got too many people on there. We've got a new kid. Is it Izzy Merkan as well? It's a Turkish kid. I met him the other day, quite a nice lad, you know what I mean? Seems to have a decent fan base. He's, coming with his guys, said he's going to bring a thunderous reception to the Black Box show, so that's a good addition what we've had. And I think there's a few other guys, but we've got, like I said, we've got 12, we've got a full card, and I'm expecting a great night and a busy night.
What I do like about your shows is you do have people from all sorts of backgrounds, like you mentioned, they're Turkish, Iranians, all sorts.
Man, come on, and that's what it is. That's the word we use, diversity. You know, it's a diverse crowd, which is London, UK, and everyone's tuned in, everyone's hymning off the same hymn sheets, and the fights are great. The food is good, and everyone's can let their hair down and enjoy the night and enjoy whatever activities we have on the night.
100%. Last time round, Prince Patel, I think over 20,000 people tune in to watch Prince Patel fight. The guy brought numbers. He does a lot of talking, but the numbers stack up.
Yeah, man, love him or loathe him, man. He does his thing. You know, we've got some good stuff for Prince. So I'm happy. I'm happy with Prince at the minute, because obviously he's done his bit, and obviously in the drawing board in the room in the office, I'm doing my little bit, and we've got some good stuff coming from later down in the year. You know what I mean? There's that potential with Isaac Lowe, the potential world title fight, and a few things. I think we might get him out on July the 29th back at Tolworth. You know, keep him smooth and purring like a fire machine. You know, because activeness is key. Inactivity kills people, in boxers. So, I want to keep him active. So hopefully, I've been training with him and trying to push him and trying to bring out the best in him. He's quite strong for a small guy as well, to be honest with you. I've given him a little strength and conditioning session, true Team Whyte style. You know what I mean? Put him through the paces. We've done about 2 hours in there. But he was on it. I was quite pleasantly surprised, because he's a small kid. I didn't expect him to be as strong as he was, but he was pretty strong. I feel there's still a lot for him to develop. I think this is the time now that he needs to knuckle down and start developing as a consummate professional. If you're going to fight for world honours, this is, yes, my bro. We say, yes, my bro. Good. If you want to fight for world honours, you need to be about it and live the life properly. So that's what I'm trying to drum into him. You know what I mean? He's done well so far, but to get to the next elite level, you're going to have to knuckle down a little bit more and live a life as a true top athlete. And that's what I'm trying to get into him. So I think he sees the vision and sees the direction what I'm trying to do. So let's see. Yes, man.
Realistically, is it going to be Isaac Lowe? Because it looks like Sonny Edwards is going down a different direction. How realistic is the Isaac Lowe fight?
I think it's very, very much realistic, but there's still obviously a lot of work to do. But it's definitely very much realistic. As long as he comes down, if he can come down to, is it Bantam, I think it was? I think that's a very realistic fight, and I think it'll be a good fight for the public, because they've got a little bit of needle and there's things going on with those two boys. Sonny Edwards is a whole league of his own right now. So, but down the line, I think.
Throw a name at you. What about Charlie Edwards, who's coming back at bantamweight? They got a history. They fought in the amateurs.
Okay, it's okay, but he doesn't have anything right now.
He's got the name, and they fought each other in the amateurs.
I think Sonny's the one with the belt, with all the limelight, and I think more so Prince Patel and him have that needle they kind of hate each other, I think, a little bit. And I think in terms of a press conference, it'll be a great competitive press conference with those two. War of words.
100%. And just a quick word on your brother. We saw him obviously ringside a few weeks ago at the Joe Joyce fight. What is the latest with him? Because it seems like he's in a bit of a bit of a pickle, because obviously age is not decided whether he's going to fight. So Dillian's kind of just sitting out.
Absolutely, I think he is sitting out and he is kind of waiting. And he is, because I feel like obviously Joshua and them, they've got this tournament that everyone's talking about and they're getting paid really well, so they're not going to try and say we're going to go and take a fight in the summer with the likes of Dillian Whyte, which is a very, very dangerous fight. They're going to potentially just wait and get to the money. And for Dillian, Dillian wants the biggest fights with the biggest bag as well. So it is, when it's that kind of business, it's all about strategy and manoeuvring the chessboard in your favour. But right now he's in a bit of a sticky situation, so he's going to have to see.
Do you think Dillian would feel disrespected if, say for example, AJ did fight him, knowing that there's a massive 30-40 million payday at the end of the year? Because you would have to be 100% confident that you're going to beat this guy.
Oh, absolutely, and I said that to them in there. It's like, if you look at Dillian Whyte as an easy fight and disregard him as someone that has a potential to give you the upset, it is a bit.
Take him as a warm-up fight.
Yeah, exactly. It is a bit of a dangerous situation, but that's to your own peril, isn't it? And I don't think they do look at him like, and that's why he's saying, you know what, Dillian's got that hunger and that bit between his teeth, and he thinks. They believe that Dillian thinks AJ's dropped a few notches, so they're probably thinking, you know what, why take the risk when we potentially got an opportunity to make 30, 40, 50 million and then go and fight Dillian and lose. And Dillian leapfrogs us and gets into that position. So, yeah, I think it's a tricky one.
And if he doesn't fight AJ in the summer, would you think Dillian's more likely to jump in with?
Do you know what? I really could not tell you who him and his team would consider and think about trying to fight. It's definitely a difficult situation to be in, because it's a little bit like a who needs him club like now, especially if you're looking for the big, super big fights anyway. But I think Dillian and his guys are looking and trying to see who they could potentially fight in the interim, who's at a certain level with a good name that could get him paid. So, you know what I mean?
Who's he FaceTiming there? Was he FaceTime Time Booth?
No, not Ty Mitchell.
Oh, Ty Mitchell. Oh, sorry. Yeah, he wants to fight Ty Mitchell, don't he? And Time Booth wants some smoke off him as well.
Ty Mitchell is a different animal, fam. But he's not bad himself. What's his name?
Idris Virgo.
Not bad. He's doing his thing.
You had him on the comms for one of your fights, one of your shows, yeah. So, Dean, anything else you want to say before I let you go?
Just tune in June the 10th. Follow the Black Box Global YouTube page for the fights. We're doing June the 25th at Maidstone, and we're back again. So we've got an active year. If you can't catch one, we've got July the 29th back at Tove. Just tune in, log in, follow the Black Box Global page. Thanks as always for you guys tuning in, supporting ourselves, Black Box, and your man here.
And I'm not just saying this, the biggest hustler in boxing, Dean Whyte, a.k.a. Dean Booth, Dean Patel, also known as Dean Patel these days.
Call me what you want, but fuck you, pay me, motherfucker.